怪都舍不得，算不算是？
So good afternoon, everyone. Now today's lesson is the new chapter, chapter 11, the urinary system. Hệ tiết niệu ha. Ta qua bài số 11. Session 1, the kidneys. Nội dung của buổi học hôm nay là phần số 1, session 1. Và các anh chị đang thấy là cái phần vocabulary của session 1 ha. Kidney, one of the two organs that filter waste from the blood and produce urine. Đây là cơ quan sẽ giúp lọc chất thải từ máu và tạo ra hoặc là sản xuất ra nước tiểu. Filter waste, filter là lọc máu, filter blood, filter waste. Produce urine, tạo ra nước tiểu. Renal là tính từ thuộc về thận. Relating to the kidneys. The renal unit, renal stones, renal problems. Khi mình nói về có bệnh lý về thận, vấn đề liên quan tới thận, đơn vị thận, thì mình sẽ dùng tính từ renal. Excretion, removing waste from products from the body, or eliminate waste out of the body. Sự tống chất thải từ trong cơ thể ra bên ngoài. Đại tiết excretion. Mình có cái tiền tố X, có nghĩa là đưa ra bên ngoài, từ trong đưa ngoài. Metabolic breakdown products. And waste substances produced during metabolism. Các sản phẩm thải được tạo ra trong quá trình chuyển hóa, sản phẩm thải của chuyển hóa. Những sản phẩm đó ví dụ như là ammonia, urea, creatinine, uric acid. Waste products from the protein metabolism. Waste product is excreted in urine. Waste product from the muscle metabolism. Waste products from the nucleic acid metabolism. Từ số 5 tới số 8 là các sản phẩm thải từ quá trình chuyển hóa protein, hoặc là từ trong nước tiểu, từ chuyển hóa cơ, từ chuyển hóa acid nucleic. Electrolyte balance, regulation of minerals and ions body fluids. Sự điều tiết chất khoáng và khí ion trong việc cơ thể, cân bằng điện giải. Electrolyte balance. Ultrafiltrate, fluid filter from the plasma through the glomerulus. Dịch siêu lọc, đây là danh từ. Filtrate, filter, verb, filtrate là noun, dịch lọc. Ultrafiltrate, dịch siêu lọc. Plasma, a liquid component of blood. Glomerulus, cluster of capillaries involved in blood filtration. Sự lọc máu đó, blood filtration. Cầu thận, một nhóm những cái mau mạch để lọc máu. Nephron, the functional filtration unit of the kidney. Đơn vị chức năng lọc Đơn vị thận. Next one. Filtration. Process of filtering substances from the blood. Reabsorption. Taking useful substances back into the bloodstream. Tái hấp thu, nó đưa lại những cái chất có lợi trở lại vào trong máu. Reabsorption. Absorption là hấp thu, và tiền tố re là làm lạnh. Redo. Something like here. Acid-base homeostasis. Maintenance of normal body pH balance. Homeostasis means balance or maintenance of stable internal body conditions. Renin. Renin, the kidney enzyme involving blood pressure regulation. Enzyme của thận giúp điều hòa huyết áp. Renin. Juxta glomerular apparatus. Juxta glomerular apparatus. A kidney structure that regulates renin secretion. Bộ máy cận cầu thận giúp điều hòa sự tiết ra renin. Vasoconstriction. Vasoconstriction. Vaso means vessels. Contracting or constriction of the blood vessels or narrowing of the blood vessels. Co mạch. Extracellular volume. Extracellular volume of fluid volume outside body cells. Extra. Cellular thuộc về tế bào. Bên ngoài tế bào. Outside of the body cells. Extracellular ngoại bào. Ureter. Ureter. The tube carries urine from the kidney to the bladder. Ống sẽ dẫn nước tiểu từ thận xuống bàng quang. Tiểu quản.
Dùng ghế nha.
Bladder hoặc là urinary bladder, a hollow organ that stores urine, là một cái cơ, một cái tạng rộng chứa nước tiểu. Hilum. Depression where vessels and ureter enter the kidney. Rốn thận, một cái chỗ lõm, nơi đó các mạch máu và niệu quản nó sẽ đi vào thận. Renal artery and renal vein, động mạch thận và tĩnh mạch thận. And the artery supply blood to the kidneys, and the vein carrying filtered blood away from the kidneys. Động mạch thận, tĩnh mạch thận đưa máu đi vào và đi ra. Loop of Henle. A U-shaped nephron structure involved in reabsorption. Why Henle? Cấu trúc nephron hình chữ U có chức năng là tái hấp thụ. Renal pelvis. A funnel-shaped structure collecting urine from the nephrons. Bãi thận. Cấu trúc hình phễu. thu nước tiểu hoặc lấy nước tiểu từ các nephron. Urinalysis. Urinalysis. Or urine test. Urine or laboratory examination of urine. Urinary tract infection or UTI. Infection affecting the urinary system. Nhiễm trùng nó ảnh hưởng tác động đến bất kỳ một cái cơ quan bộ phận nào ở đường tiết niệu. Diabetes. Metabolic disease characterized by high blood glucose levels. Đây là một cái bệnh lý về chuyển hóa mãn tính có đặc trưng là lượng đường trong máu cũng cao. Glucose or blood glucose, the sugar found in the blood. Cortex, kidney cortex or renal cortex, outer layer of the kidney. Interlobular arteries. Interlobular arteries, the small arteries between the kidney lobules. Các động mạch nhỏ, spectrum. Glomerular arterioles. Arterioles tiểu động mạch. Glomerular arteries. Small arteries associated with bean shape. The kidneys have bean shape. The shape of the bean. Hình hạt đậu, miêu tả hình dáng của thận. Respiration. Mới học xong ở bài hô hấp mà, giờ review lại thôi. Process of breathing. The stretchable issues. The tissues capable of expanding and contracting. Có khả năng giãn ra và co lại. Co giãn. Stretchable. Sphincter muscles. Circular muscles. Controlling openings in the body. Cơ thắt hoặc là cơ vòng. And urine. Liquid excreted by the kidneys. Chất thải dạng lỏng bài tiết bởi thận. Urine. Urinate. The act of passing urine. Là đi tiểu nè. Urination. And urinary system. Những cái góc tội có liên quan. Okay, now listen to the recordings and practice saying the words directly. Pay attention to the pronunciation.
Chapter 11. The Urinary System. Section 1. Vocabulary. 1. Kidney. 2. Renal. 3. Excretion. 4. Metabolic breakdown products. 5. Ammonia. 6. Urea. 7. Creatinine. 8. Uric acid. 9. Electrolyte balance. 10. Ultrafiltrate. 11. Plasma. 12. Glomerulus. 13. Nephron. 14. Filtration. 15. Reabsorption. 16. Acid-base homeostasis. 17. Homeostasis. 18. Renin. 19. Juxtaglomerular apparatus. 20. Vasoconstriction. 21. Extracellular volume. 22. Ureter. 23. Urinary bladder. 24. Hilum. 25. Renal artery. 26. Renal vein. 27. Loop of Henle. 28. Renal pelvis. 29. Urinalysis. 30. Urinary tract infection, UTI. 31. Diabetes mellitus. 32. Glucose. 33. Cortex. 34. Interlobular arteries. 35. Glomerular arterioles. 36. Bean-shaped. 37. Respiration. 38. Stretchable tissues. 39. Sphincter muscles. 40. Urine. Chapter 11. The Urinary System. Section 1. Vocabulary. 1. Kidney. 2. Renal. 3. Excretion. 4. Metabolic breakdown products. 5. Ammonia. 6. Urea. 7. Creatinine. 8. Uric acid. 9. Electrolyte balance. 10. Ultrafiltrate. 11. Plasma. 12. Glomerulus. 13. Nephron. 14. Filtration. 15. Reabsorption. 16. Acid-base homeostasis. 17. Homeostasis. 18. Renin. 19. Juxtaglomerular apparatus. 20. Vasoconstriction. 21. Extracellular volume. 22. Ureter. 23. Urinary bladder. 24. Hilum. 25. Renal artery. 26. Renal vein. 27. Loop of Henle. 28. Renal pelvis. 29. Urinalysis. 30. Urinary tract infection, UTI. 31. Diabetes mellitus. 32. Glucose. 33. Cortex. 34. Interlobular arteries. 35. Glomerular arterioles. 36. Bean-shaped. 37. Respiration. 38. Stretchable tissues. 39. Sphincter muscles. 40. Urine.
Rồi các anh chị xem bài đọc nha. Section 1, the kidneys.
Chapter 11. The urinary system. Section 1, the kidneys. The kidneys play a central role in excretion of many metabolic breakdown products, including ammonia, urea and creatinine from protein, and uric acid from nucleic acids, drugs and toxins. They also regulate fluid and electrolyte balance. This is achieved by making large volumes of an ultrafiltrate of plasma, 120 milliliters per minute, 170 L/day, at the glomerulus, and selectively reabsorbing components of this ultrafiltrate at points along the nephron. The rates of filtration and reabsorption are controlled by many hormonal and hemodynamic signals. The kidneys also regulate acid-base homeostasis, calcium and phosphate homeostasis, vitamin D metabolism and production of red blood cells. They are important in regulating blood pressure. Renin is secreted from the juxtaglomerular apparatus in response to reduced afferent arteriolar pressure, stimulation of sympathetic nerves, and changes in sodium content of fluid in the distal convoluted tubule at the macula densa, and is the first step in the generation of angiotensin II and aldosterone release, which in turn regulates systemic vasoconstriction and extracellular volume. Each kidney is approximately 11 to 14 centimeters in length in healthy adults. The right kidney is usually a few centimeters lower because the liver lies above it. Both kidneys rise and descend several centimeters with respiration. The kidneys are bean-shaped organs which are the major organs of the urinary system that work day in and day out to filter waste materials from the blood which are flushed out of the body through urine. The kidneys are situated on both sides of the backbone and lie embedded in a protective layer of fat tissues. The ureters, two cylindrical long tubes, help flow the urine from the kidneys. The urine is transported to the bladder with the help of wave-like contractions and the gravitational force. The inner side of each kidney has a depression which is known as the hilum. This is the junction where all the major urinary tract vessels, the ureter, renal vein and renal artery, connect with the kidneys. 1,700 liters of blood is transported to the kidneys through the renal artery for filtration each day. This filtered blood is carried back to the heart through the renal vein. This filtration is done by the nephrons, which are extremely thin coiled vessels. Approximately 1 million nephrons are present in each human kidney. Each nephron has a bulb-like structure that filters the waste products like urea, water, nitrogen-containing proteins, and salts. These structures are present on the upper side of the nephrons, and other products like amino acids, yellowish bile compounds, glucose and traces of several other waste materials are also filtered by them. All these filtered substances move through the loop of Henle, and a major portion of these substances is reabsorbed again into the bloodstream. After the reabsorption process, approximately 1% of these materials is left behind that is excreted in the urine. These remaining waste substances then trickle out of the nephrons and enter the renal pelvis, a funnel-like organ, which moves them into a 25 to 27 centimeters long and 0.5 centimeters wide tube-like organ called the ureter. The urine then enters into the urinary bladder. Backward flow of the urine that is accumulated into the bladder is prevented by a valve-like structure. The walls of the urinary bladder are composed of stretchable tissues, and it has the capacity to hold half-liter of urine. A healthy human being needs to excrete minimum half-liter, 1 pint, of urine in a day to get rid of its harmful waste materials, but a healthy adult usually produces about 1.5 liters of urine daily. Excessive or less than this amount of urine production signals illness in a human body, and diagnostic procedures such as urinalysis, i.e. the pathological examinations of urine, are frequently recommended to detect certain diseases. The presence of bacteria in urine indicates that the patient is suffering from urinary tract infection. Excessive amount of glucose in urine is a symptom of diabetes mellitus.